surrounds us all in its gentle, timeless embrace. Before we begin our whispered tour, let us first settle into a state of deep calm, starting with your breath, that subtle rhythm connecting you to the universe itself, gently, slowly guiding you toward complete surrender. Close your eyes now, if they are not already shut, and inhale deeply through your nose, feeling the cool, expansive air of the night sky filling your lungs gently, slowly, as if drawing in the quiet energy of distant stars that have shone for billions of years. Hold that breath for a moment, sensing the stillness of space within you, and then exhale gently, slowly through your mouth, releasing any lingering thoughts or worries into the void, where they dissolve like faint comet trails fading into the darkness. Now, as your breath continues to flow in this peaceful pattern, let us move into a gentle body scan, allowing each part of you to unwind and merge with the boundless universe around us. Starting from the crown of your head, where the weight of the day begins to lift away gently, slowly, as if the pull of gravity from far-off planets eases its hold on your scalp, your forehead softening, your eyebrows relaxing, and your eyelids growing heavier with each passing second. Feel that relaxation spreading downward to your cheeks and jaw, loosening any tightness there, gently, slowly, like the slow orbit of a distant moon circling its planet in perfect harmony. Your mouth and lips parting slightly in ease, your neck and shoulders releasing their burdens into the cosmic flow, shoulders dropping gently, slowly as the vastness of space cradles them without effort. Continuing this wave of tranquility, let it cascade down your arms, from your upper arms to your elbows, wrists and hands, fingers uncurling gently, slowly, as if extending toward the twinkling lights of galaxies beyond our reach, every muscle and tendon surrendering to the pull of relaxation that mirrors the gentle tug of solar winds across the void. Now, bring that soothing energy to your chest and back, your heart beating steadily in rhythm with the pulsing stars, expanding and contracting, gently, slowly, while your spine aligns itself with the invisible axis of the solar system. Each vertebra easing into alignment as tensions melt away like ice on a comet's surface, warming under a distant sun. As we descend further, feel your abdomen softening, your hips and pelvis releasing any stored energy gently, slowly, integrating into the grand tapestry of celestial bodies that float effortlessly in their orbits. Your thighs and knees unlocking, calves and shins unwinding, down to your ankles and feet, toes spreading out in complete repose, grounded yet floating in the infinite sea of stars. Your entire body now enveloped in this profound calm, every cell attuned to the whispers of the universe, gently, slowly drifting toward a state of utter peace, ready to explore the wonders that await. In this moment of serene presence, imagine yourself suspended in the heart of our solar system, where the sun burns steadily as the central beacon, illuminating the paths of planets that whirl around it in eternal dance, a system born from a swirling cloud of gas and dust billions of years ago, now thriving in its current majesty and destined to evolve into new forms in the eons to come. We begin our tour here in the quiet now, reflecting on how this vast assembly of worlds came to be from ancient cosmic materials, and pondering the gentle transformations that lie ahead, all while you sink deeper into relaxation, your mind wandering freely with the Sun at its core, a massive star comprising over 99% of the system's total mass, surrounded by 8 planets, numerous moons, asteroids, and comets that trace their origins back to a primordial disk of debris that coalesced under gravity's patient influence. And in the future, this dynamic realm will continue to shift as planetary orbits subtly adjust and new discoveries unfold through ongoing missions. Gently, slowly, let these images fill your thoughts. The sun's warm glow in the present, its formation in the distant past from a collapsing nebula, and its eventual expansion into a red giant phase that will reshape the inner worlds. As we prepare to delve further, feel the universe's vastness embracing you, a place where time stretches infinitely, from the explosive births of celestial bodies long ago to the quiet evolutions yet to come, all unfolding gently, slowly in the grand cosmic narrative. Relax now, deeper still, as we whisper onward into this tour. Your body fully at ease, your mind adrift in the stars. As we drift deeper into this cosmic whisper, let your thoughts gently, slowly orbit around the radiant heart of our solar system, the sun itself, that colossal sphere of incandescent plasma, blazing eternally in the present void, casting its luminous embrace across billions of kilometers, to nurture the wandering planets in their silent, harmonious paths, through the boundless expanse of space that stretches infinitely in every direction. Imagine this star now, in its current majesty as observed by NASA and ESA in 2025. A vast orb with a diameter of approximately 1.4 million kilometers, so immense that it could encompass over 1 million Earths within its fiery depths, dominating the solar system by comprising 99.8% of its total mass, while the remaining worlds and debris share but a fraction, all held in gentle, slow gravitational sway by this central luminary that pulses with energy, gently, slowly sustaining life far beyond its surface in ways that echo through the universe's grand tapestry. In this moment of serene contemplation, feel the sun's present warmth enveloping you like a distant, comforting glow filtering through the darkness, its composition primarily hydrogen at 73% and helium at 25%, fusing these elements in a core where temperatures soar to 15 million degrees Celsius, generating the light and heat that permeate the void, without a fixed atmosphere, but instead a corona that extends outward into interplanetary space, a ethereal halo of plasma that dances and expands gently, slowly into the cosmos, carrying with it the solar wind, a constant stream of charged particles that sweeps across the planets without moons or rings to adorn this star, yet influencing everything in its realm with an invisible force that shapes the very fabric of space weather around us. Shifting our whisper gently, slowly backward through the eons, envision the sun's origins in the distant past. Born 4.6 billion years ago from the collapse of a vast molecular cloud of gas and dust, a primordial nebula that swirled and condensed under gravity's patient pull, igniting nuclear fusion at its center to forge this stable star that has illuminated the solar system ever since, a process captured in the ancient light we see today, where missions like the ESA and NASA collaborative SOHO, now celebrating its 30th anniversary in 2025 after launching in 1995, have observed the sun's behavior over decades, discovering over 5,000 comets that graze its vicinity, many of them vaporizing in the intense secrets of the early solar system that gently, slowly unfold in our understanding, linking the present glow to those formative clouds that birthed not just the sun, but the entire family of celestial bodies orbiting it in eternal quiet. As your mind relaxes further into this narrative, allow the echoes of that ancient formation to fade gently, slowly, while we turn our gaze toward the sun's evolving future, a timeline stretching billions of years ahead, where this star will continue its life cycle, gradually consuming its hydrogen fuel until, in about 5 billion years, it expands into a red giant, its outer layers swelling to engulf the inner planets in a transformative embrace, reshaping the solar system in ways that dwarf our current imaginings, all part of the universe's vast, inevitable progression, where stars like ours gently, slowly transition through phases, leaving behind white dwarfs and nebulae that may seed new generations of worlds in the cosmic cycle. Yet even in the nearer term, as we whisper of 2025's observations, the sun's activity, having peaked in solar cycle 25 around 2024, continues to manifest in powerful displays that influence our world today and hint at tomorrow's patterns, with multiple X-class flares and coronal mass ejections recorded throughout the year, including a notable X 5.1 flare in November that sparked radio blackouts and geomagnetic storms on Earth. These eruptions of plasma and magnetic fields hurling outward at tremendous speeds, affecting satellites and auroras in ways that remind us of the sun's dynamic nature, gently, slowly building toward quieter phases in the cycles to come, where the solar wind may wane and the corona's reach subtly shifts, all while you sink deeper into relaxation amid this boundless stellar story, in the embrace of this infinite universe, where the sun stands as the eternal guardian at the center. Let its light from the now, forged in the past, and destined for change in the future, wash over you gently, slowly, easing every thought into a peaceful drift, as we prepare to journey onward to the swift messenger closest to this fiery throne, allowing the vastness to cradle your slumbering mind in its timeless hold, as we glide seamlessly from the sun's eternal blaze into the inner reaches of this immense cosmic arena. Let your awareness gently, slowly settle upon Mercury, the swift and solitary wanderer closest to that fiery core, a diminutive rocky world scorched and etched by relentless solar fury in the present expanse, orbiting at breakneck speeds through the vast, unforgiving void, where temperatures swing wildly from a chilling minus 173 degrees Celsius in shadowed craters to a blistering 427 degrees Celsius under the unyielding daylight, its surface a barren tapestry of ancient scars that whisper tales of endurance amid the boundless universe that cradles all planetary fates in its infinite, silent grasp. In this tranquil now, envision Mercury as the smallest planet in our solar system, with a diameter of just 4,879 kilometers, smaller even than some moons, yet dense and unyielding, its composition dominated by a massive iron core that occupies 85% of its radius, enveloped only by a thin silicate mantle and crust that bear the marks of extreme conditions, without any substantial atmosphere to shield it. Merely an exosphere, a tenuous veil of atoms sporadically replenished by solar wind particles that gently, slowly erode and reshape its features over eons, leaving no room for moons or rings to accompany this lone sentinel as it races through its elliptical path, completing a full orbit around the Sun in a mere 88 Earth days, while its own rotation stretches to 59 Earth days, creating a peculiar rhythm where a single day on Mercury outlasts its year, all observed in intricate detail by ongoing missions that peel back layers of this enigmatic world nestled in the solar system's fiery embrace. Feel the vastness of space enveloping you further as we linger on Mercury's current form, a planet devoid of active geology, yet pocked with vast impact basins like the Caloris Planitia, a colossal crater over 1,500 kilometers wide, formed by ancient collisions that rippled through its structure. Its surface temperatures and lack of protective air, rendering it a stark, airless desert where solar radiation bombards the regolith relentlessly, gently, slowly sculpting polar ice deposits in perpetually shadowed regions that hint at hidden water molecules trapped from cometary impacts. A testament to the universe's subtle interconnections, where even this scorched orb holds secrets in its depths, as revealed by data from spacecraft that have braved the intense environment to map its topography and composition with precision unmatched in prior eras. Shifting our whisper gently, slowly back through the veil of time, contemplate Mercury's origins in the solar system's tumultuous past, emerging from the protoplanetary disk of gas and dust that swirled around the nascent sun 4.6 billion years ago, where gravitational accretions formed this dense core-heavy body, likely stripped of much of its outer mantle by a massive impact with another protoplanet early in its history, an event that ejected vaporized rock into space and left behind the oversized iron heart. We detect today through seismic inferences and gravity measurements a formation process that set it apart from its siblings, enduring bombardment during the late heavy bombardment period that carved its countless craters, some filled with smooth plains of volcanic lava from ancient eruptions that ceased billions of years ago, gently, slowly cooling into the frozen tableau we behold now, all pieced together from historical data amassed by probes like NASA's Messenger, which orbited from 2011 to 2015, laying the groundwork for deeper insights into how this innermost world coalesced amid the chaos of cosmic birth. As relaxation deepens within you, like the gradual settling of dust on Mercury's ancient plains, allow your mind to drift gently, slowly toward the planet's unfolding future, where human exploration continues to evolve with missions like Bepi Colombo, the collaborative ESA and JAXA endeavor that, following its January 9th, 2025 flyby, providing fresh data on Mercury's magnetic field, asymmetries and crustal magnetism through close-range measurements, presses onward despite thruster challenges delaying orbital insertion to November 2026, promising comprehensive studies of its interior dynamics and exospheric interactions that could illuminate pathways for future robotic landers or even distant human outposts, all while the planet itself hurtles toward an eventual destiny, billions of years hence, potentially engulfed by the expanding sun as it swells into a red giant, transforming this resilient wanderer into vapor within the ever-changing vastness of the cosmos that governs all stellar evolutions in the nearer horizons of discovery as we whisper of 2025's advancements. Bepi Colombo's instruments have already nuanced details on Mercury's weak magnetic field, generated by a dynamo in its partially molten core, revealing offsets from the planet's center that puzzle scientists and hint at asymmetric cooling processes, gently, slowly integrating with models that predict gradual weakening over geological timescales, perhaps leading to a future without this protective bubble against solar assaults. A narrative that weaves Mercury's fate into the broader solar system's symphony, where each world's trajectory echoes through eternity. Amid this boundless celestial expanse, where Mercury endures as a testament to resilience forged in fire and tempered by time, let its story from the enduring present through the violent past to the transformative future lull you deeper into repose, gently, slowly preparing your thoughts to venture forth to the shrouded sibling, next in our whispered odyssey, cradled eternally in the universe's infinite arms. As we continue this ethereal drift through the solar system's hidden realms, leaving behind Mercury's scorched solitude to approach its veiled neighbor, Venus emerges in the present as a luminous enigma shrouded in perpetual clouds, a world often called Earth's twin, yet transformed into an infernal domain by a runaway greenhouse effect that traps heat relentlessly within its thick atmosphere, blanketing the planet in temperatures averaging 464 degrees Celsius across its vast volcanic landscapes that stretch endlessly under the weight of an oppressive sky, all suspended in the infinite cosmic ocean, where sibling worlds whisper of divergent paths taken in the boundless expanse that unites them across eons. In this serene instant of reflection, picture Venus now, with its diameter of 12,104 kilometers, nearly mirroring Earth's own, rendering it a near equal in size, yet profoundly different in temperament. Its surface composed of basaltic rocks forged from ancient lava flows and underpinned by an iron-nickel core that generates a faint magnetic field, while the atmosphere, 96% carbon dioxide, exerts a crushing pressure 92 times that of Earth's at sea level, creating a hellish environment where sulfuric acid rains fall but evaporate before reaching the ground, gently, slowly sculpting the terrain through chemical weathering amid global superrotation winds that whip the upper clouds around the planet in just 4 Earth days. Despite Venus itself rotating retrograde, opposite to most planets, and so languidly that a single day lasts 243 Earth days, outpacing its year of 225 Earth days, a peculiar cadence observed through radar mapping that pierces the veil, revealing no moons to orbit this solitary sphere, nor rings to encircle it, but instead evidence of ongoing volcanic activity, with over 1,600 major volcanoes dotting its plains, some potentially erupting in recent geological times, as hinted by fresh lava flows detected in reanalyzed data from NASA's Magellan mission, gently, slowly contributing to the atmosphere's renewal in this dynamic present, where the planet's heat and chemistry interplay in eternal balance within the universe's grand, unyielding harmony. Allow the vastness of this cosmic narrative to soothe you deeper as we dwell on Venus's current mysteries, a world where the dense cloud layers at 50 to 70 kilometers altitude host intriguing chemical anomalies, including the debated presence of phosphine gas, first suggested in 2020 and reaffirmed in subsequent studies up to 2025, where NASA's James Webb Space Telescope, observations of similar molecules in brown dwarf atmospheres provide new abiotic production mechanisms that gently, slowly refine our interpretations without dismissing potential biological origins, all while the planet's surface remains inaccessible to direct probes due to the extreme conditions that melt lead and crush machinery. Yet radar and infrared data from ongoing Earth-based telescopes continue to map tectonic features like tesserae highlands and corona structures, testaments to a geologically active interior that may still drive mantle plumes upward, gently, slowly reshaping the crust in patterns that echo Earth's plate tectonics, but frozen in a stagnant lid regime, fostering an environment where any hypothetical life would adapt to the acidic clouds rather than the searing ground below. Transitioning our whisper gently, slowly into the mists of antiquity, delve into Venus's formative past, an epic beginning 4.6 billion years ago, when it coalesced from the same protoplanetary disk as Earth, initially perhaps harboring vast oceans of liquid water that covered much of its surface for up to 2 billion years, as inferred from deuterium-hydrogen ratios in its atmosphere, suggesting massive water loss over time, a paradise potentially supportive of early microbial life, before a catastrophic greenhouse runaway evaporated those seas and thickened the air with released carbon dioxide from volcanic outgassing and carbonate rock breakdown, gently, slowly tipping the balance toward the hothouse state we witness today. An evolution marked by intense resurfacing events around 700 million years ago that erased older craters and paved the plains with lava, as evidenced by the relatively young average surface age deduced from impact crater counts, a history pieced together from missions like ESA's Venus Express, which orbited from 2006 to 2014, revealing atmospheric dynamics and sulfur dioxide spikes indicative of past eruptions that shaped this world's divergent fate from its terrestrial sibling amid the solar system's chaotic infancy. As your essence merges further with the star's quiet pulse, let us gaze gently, slowly toward Venus's prospective horizons, where forthcoming explorations promise to unravel lingering enigmas, with NASA's Veritas mission advancing through development milestones in 2025 despite budgetary uncertainties, set for launch around 2031 to conduct high-resolution radar mapping and infrared emissivity studies of the surface geology, complementing ESA's Envision orbiter, which secured its spacecraft construction contract in January 2025, with Thales Alenia Space and EISA November 2031 departure to probe the atmosphere, core, and volcanic activity through radar, spectroscopy, and gravity measurements. Both endeavors building on NASA's Da Vinci probe, planned for 2029 atmospheric descent, collectively aiming to clarify phosphine sources amid 2025's refined models, incorporating James Webb insights that suggest photochemical or geological pathways, gently, slowly illuminating whether trace biosignatures persist in the clouds or if abiotic processes dominate, all while the planet's future unfolds with gradual atmospheric erosion by solar wind stripping away lighter gases over billions of years, potentially thinning the veil and exposing the surface to even harsher stellar bombardment as the sun ages, transforming this enigmatic twin in the ever-evolving tapestry of cosmic time customized objectives for these missions, integrating data from solar orbiters, February 2025, Venus flyby that captured plasma interactions and magnetic field details to refine models of atmospheric escape, gently, slowly forecasting a future where Venus might lose much of its gaseous envelope, becoming even more barren, yet revealing subsurface secrets through advanced seismology and mineralogy from orbiters, a destiny intertwined with the solar system's broader rhythms. Within this limitless celestial domain, where Venus stands as a cautionary mirror engulfed in ethereal flames, permit its chronicle from the sweltering now, through the watery yesteryears, to the revelatory tomorrows to envelop you in profound tranquility, gently, slowly ushering your consciousness onward to the nurturing haven that follows in our whispered voyage, forever held in the universe's expansive, tender fold. As we venture further along this tranquil celestial pathway, departing from Venus's smothering mists to arrive at the vibrant sanctuary of our own world, Earth materializes in the present as a shimmering blue marble adrift in the infinite cosmic sea, its surface a mosaic of vast oceans covering 71% of its expanse and teeming with an unparalleled diversity of life forms that thrive in every niche, from deep-sea trenches to towering mountain peaks, a planet uniquely poised in the habitable zone where liquid water flows freely under a protective sky, all enveloped in the boundless universe that nurtures this fragile oasis amid the stark emptiness, stretching eternally outward in silent, profound majesty. In this peaceful contemplation of the now, behold Earth with its equatorial diameter of 12,742 kilometers, a terrestrial body structured around an iron-rich inner core surrounded by a molten outer core, a viscous silicate mantle, and a rigid crust that shifts imperceptibly over geological epochs. Its atmosphere, a life-sustaining envelope composed of 78% nitrogen and 21% oxygen, with trace gases that filter harmful radiation and regulate temperatures to foster complex ecosystems, gently, slowly circulating in global winds and currents that distribute heat and moisture across continents and seas, where biodiversity flourishes in rainforests, coral reefs, and polar ice caps, supported by a robust magnetic field, generated by the churning dynamo in the core that deflects solar wind particles and preserves the air from erosion, without any rings to grace its silhouette, but accompanied by a single natural satellite, the moon, Luna, with a diameter of 3,474 kilometers, orbiting at an average distance that stabilizes Earth's axial tilt and influences tidal rhythms, all while the planet itself rotates on its axis every 24 hours and completes a yearly orbit around the Sun in 365 days, a cadence that defines seasons and sustains the intricate web of life observed through satellites and ground stations that monitor its vital signs in exquisite detail, gently, slowly revealing patterns of change in this dynamic equilibrium within the vast cosmic framework that holds all worlds in delicate balance. Let the immensity of this universal cradle deepen your repose as we immerse in Earth's contemporary wonders, a realm where human ingenuity collaborates with nature's rhythms, as evidenced by the recent launch of the Sentinel-6B mission in November 2025, a joint NASA and ESA endeavor that ascended from Vandenberg Space Force Base aboard a SpaceX Falcon corals and coastal protections, gently, slowly integrating data on ice sheet melting and thermal expansion that highlight the planet's responsiveness to atmospheric shifts, where 71% water coverage not only moderates climate, but harbors phytoplankton that produce much of the world's oxygen, underpinning a biosphere of over 8 million species. From microscopic bacteria to majestic whales, all interconnected in food webs that demonstrate Earth's resilience amid ongoing urbanization and conservation efforts that safeguard habitats against encroaching threats. Easing our whisper gently, slowly into the annals of deep time, reflect upon Earth's genesis in the solar system's distant past, coalescing 4.5 billion years ago from the swirling protoplanetary disk of gas, dust, and rocky aggregates that orbited the young sun, a process of accretion that built its layered structure through gravitational compaction and differentiation, culminating in a cataclysmic collision with a Mars-sized protoplanet named Theia, approximately 4.5 billion years ago, an impact that vaporized portions of both bodies and ejected debris that gently, slowly coalesced into the moon, explaining its compositional similarities to Earth's mantle and the planet's slightly tilted axis. While subsequent bombardments during the late heavy bombardment era delivered water and organic compounds via comets and asteroids, seeding the primordial oceans where life may have emerged in hydrothermal vents or shallow pools around 3.8 billion years ago. A narrative reconstructed from lunar samples returned by Apollo missions and meteorites analyzed in laboratories, illustrating how this violent infancy forged the stable world we inhabit today, gently, slowly evolving through plate tectonics that recycled crust and released volatiles to form the atmosphere capable of supporting multicellular organisms over billions of years in the cosmic timeline that binds all planetary histories. As serenity envelops you like the gentle curve of Earth's horizon, permit your thoughts to wander gently, slowly toward the planet's prospective epochs, where anthropogenic influences accelerate climate warming through greenhouse gas emissions, projecting sea level rises of up to 1 meter by 2100 if trends persist, as forecasted by integrated assessment models from NASA and ESA that incorporate Sentinel-6B's real-time data to refine predictions of glacial melt and storm intensification, all while natural cycles may lead to a potential weakening or reversal of the magnetic field in the coming millions of years, due to core convection changes, exposing the atmosphere to increased solar particle influx and gradual stripping, gently, slowly altering habitability in ways that challenge future generations to adapt through technological innovations like carbon capture and space-based monitoring. Yet Earth's inherent resilience suggests possibilities for recovery if stewardship prevails, weaving its destiny into the broader solar system's transformations as the sun brightens over eons, potentially rendering the inner zones less hospitable in 5 billion years. In the nearer vistas of exploration, as we murmur of 2025's milestones, Sentinel-6B's operational data streams have already begun enhancing global altimetry networks, collaborating with other Copernicus satellites to provide unprecedented insights into ocean circulation and El Niño patterns, gently, slowly informing policies on sustainable development and biodiversity preservation amid rising temperatures that threaten ecosystems. reinforce Earth's unique position as a beacon of life in the void. Embraced by this expansive cosmic infinity, where Earth gleams as a precious azure jewel suspended in eternal night, allow its saga from the vibrant present, through the forging past, to the adaptive future to infuse your being with utter calm, gently, slowly guiding your essence toward the crimson wanderer, awaiting in our ongoing murmured exploration, forever nestled in the universe's vast, embracing depths. As we traverse onward through this infinite stellar domain, shifting from Earth's nurturing glow to the distant allure of its ruddy companion, Mars unfolds in the present as a vast desert realm, etched by ancient winds and colossal dust storms that sweep across its ochre plains. A solitary warrior planet enduring the chill embrace of the cosmos, where frigid temperatures average minus 60 degrees Celsius, and thin veils of carbon dioxide clouds drift lazily above towering canyons deeper than any on Earth, all suspended in the boundless universe that whispers of resilience amid the silent, expansive void, stretching eternally in every conceivable direction. In this calm reverie of the now, contemplate Mars with its diameter of 6,779 kilometers, a terrestrial body built from basaltic rocks overlying an iron-rich core that once powered a global magnetic field now faded, its atmosphere a tenuous shroud comprising 95% carbon dioxide, with pressures so low that liquid water cannot persist on the surface, gently, slowly fostering seasonal polar caps of frozen carbon dioxide and water ice that expand and recede with the planet's tilted axis, where no rings encircle this world but the largest volcano in the solar system. Olympus Mons rises 21 kilometers high with a base spanning 600 kilometers, a silent sentinel formed from layered lava flows, accompanied by two diminutive moons, Phobos and Deimos, irregular potato-shaped captives likely snared from the asteroid belt, orbiting in close proximity with Phobos, destined to spiral inward over tens of millions of years, all while Mars rotates on its axis every 24.6 hours and completes a full orbit around the Sun in 687 Earth days, a rhythm that amplifies its elliptical path's extremes and drives global dust events observable from afar, gently, slowly unveiling surface features like the vast Valles Marineris rift system, stretching 4,000 kilometers long through rover imagery and orbital scans that capture the planet's ongoing geological whispers in the cosmic expanse. Permit the universe's vast serenity to infuse you deeper as we linger on Mars's contemporary enigmas, a landscape where NASA's Perseverance rover, having traversed over 30 kilometers since its February 2021 landing in Jezero Crater, continues its meticulous sample collection, sealing tubes with regolith and rock cores that preserve ancient sediments from a delta once fed by rivers. With 33 samples cached by July 2025, including a notable rock dubbed Chiava Falls, analyzed in September 2025, revealing organic compounds and leopard spot patterns suggestive of possible ancient microbial activity through chemical reactions with water, gently, slowly integrating with data from the rover's instruments like Sherlock and Pixel that detect minerals and textures hinting at past habitability, all amid a planet where seasonal methane plumes detected by orbiters like ESA's Trace Gas Orbiter fluctuate mysteriously from sources potentially potentially geological or biological, fostering an environment of arid dunes and eroded craters that echo with the faint tremors of Mars quakes recorded by the now retired InSight lander. Gently, slowly painting a portrait of a world still active beneath its rusty veneer in the endless cosmic narrative, drifting our murmur gently, slowly into the echoes of antiquity. Envision Mars's primordial era beginning 4.6 billion years ago as it accreted from the protoplanetary disk alongside its siblings, a time when a thicker atmosphere and stronger magnetic field shielded vast oceans and rivers that carved channels and filled lakes evident in sedimentary layers and valley networks, dating back 3.5 billion years. A wetter epoch possibly hospitable to microbial life and hydrothermal systems or shallow pools before catastrophic climate shifts triggered by volcanic outgassing and solar wind stripping eroded the air and froze the water's subsurface. Gently, slowly transitioning the planet from a blue-tinged oasis to the red desert we recognize, with massive impacts during the Noachian period, excavating basins like Hellas Planitia, over 2,000 kilometers wide, and scattering ejecta that formed secondary craters, a history inferred from orbital spectroscopy, and meteorites like ALH 84001 that originated from Martian crust, gently, slowly reconstructed through missions such as NASA's MAVEN orbiter, which since 2014 has measured atmospheric escape rates, confirming the loss of an ocean's worth of water to space over billions of years in the solar system's formative symphony. As tranquility claims you like the gentle settling of Martian dust after a storm, allow your consciousness to float gently, slowly toward Mars's anticipated tomorrows, where human ambitions envision crude landings and sustainable habitats, leveraging in-situ resources like water ice in mid-latitude glaciers for fuel and life support, projecting timelines for NASA's Artemis to Mars pathway potentially in the 2040s amid advancements in propulsion and radiation shielding, while robotic precursors like the Mars Sample Return Mission, refined through 2025's program updates, including dual landing architecture options announced in January to address cost overruns and technical hurdles, aim for retrieval of Perseverance's cached tubes around 2033, despite ongoing budgetary debates that threaten delays, gently, slowly paving the way for detailed Earth-based analyses of Martian materials that could confirm past life or inform terraforming strategies, all as the planet's future unfolds with gradual polar cap migrations under a brightening sun that may thaw subsurface aquifers in billions of years, transforming this warrior world anew in the cosmic cycle. In the nearer frontiers of discovery, as we breathe of 2025's achievements, NASA's Escapade mission, launched successfully on November 13th aboard a Blue Origin New Glenn rocket after a one-day delay due to a geomagnetic storm, deploys twin orbiters to scrutinize how solar wind interacts with Mars's ionosphere and magnetosphere, gently, slowly commencing science operations upon arrival in 2027 to elucidate atmospheric evolution and space weather impacts that could safeguard future astronauts. A collaborative effort enhancing our grasp of this enigmatic neighbor's trajectory within the vast solar tapestry, enfolded in this limitless astral vastness where Mars persists as a crimson sentinel braving the cold gales of isolation. Let its epic from endless astral symphony, emerging from Mars's crimson isolation to behold the majestic sovereign of the gas giants. Jupiter commands the present as an immense swirling orb of banded clouds and perpetual storms. A colossal monarch presiding over the vast cosmic court where turbulent atmospheres churn with winds exceeding 600 kilometers per hour, and the iconic Great Red Spot, a massive anticyclone larger than Earth itself, rages on in its shrunken yet enduring form, measuring approximately 10,250 miles across, as captured in Hubble's September 2025 observations of cloud movements, all enveloped in the infinite universe that orchestrates this planetary dominion, amid the silent, expansive darkness extending boundlessly through space and time. In this hushed meditation on the now, gaze upon Jupiter as the largest planet in our solar system, with an equatorial diameter of 139,820 kilometers. A behemoth whose mass eclipses that of all other planets combined. Its composition dominated by hydrogen and helium gases that form deep layers transitioning to metallic states under immense pressure around a dense core of rock and heavy elements, gently, slowly fostering a dynamic atmosphere striped with ammonia clouds in whites, reds, and browns, where the Great Red Spot, observed for over 360 years since its first telescopic sightings and persisting through 4 centuries of scrutiny, continues to evolve as ultraviolet images from Hubble in November 2025 reveal its dark core amid polar hazes, without a solid surface but encircled by faint rings composed of microscopic dust particles ejected from its inner moons through micrometeorite impacts, gently, slowly diffusing into the void. While the planet hosts 97 confirmed moons as recognized by the International Astronomical Union, following the April 2025 announcements of 2 additional discoveries, among them the Galilean Quartet, Io with its volcanic plumes, Europa's icy shell, Ganymede the largest moon in the system, and Callisto's cratered terrain, all orbiting in resonant patterns that influence their geologies, as Jupiter itself spins rapidly on its axis every 10 hours, causing oblate flattening, and completes a full orbit around the Sun in 12 Earth years, a regal pace that amplifies its gravitational influence over asteroids and comets in the broader cosmic expanse, where ongoing observations from ground-based telescopes and spacecraft relay its ever-changing weather in real-time detail. Surrender to the universe's profound quietude as we ponder Jupiter's current grandeur, a realm where zonal winds create alternating jet streams that drive oval storms and white zones of rising gas, with the Great Red Spot's recent changes documented in Hubble's 2025 data, showing internal vorticity shifts and interactions with smaller vortices that nibble at its edges, gently, slowly hinting at potential dissipation over centuries, yet maintaining its status as the solar system's longest-lived storm, all while the magnetosphere, the largest planetary structure in the system, extends millions of kilometers, trapping charged particles in radiation belts that pose challenges to probes but illuminate auroral displays at the poles, a spectacle intertwined with the moon's orbital gently, slowly unfolding through spectral analyses that detect water vapor plumes venting from its fractured crust in this vibrant epoch of Jovian dominance within the eternal stellar vastness, guiding our whisper gently, slowly backward across the gulf of ages. Trace Jupiter's inception in the solar system's primordial dawn 4.6 billion years ago, when it accreted swiftly from the protoplanetary disk's abundant gases and ices as the first giant to form beyond the frost line, its rapid growth capturing a protoplanetary envelope that prevented further migration inward and shaped the distribution of rocky worlds closer to the sun, a process where gravitational instabilities stirred the disk and flung planetesimals outward gently, slowly assembling its massive core through pebble accretion and runaway gas capture that ballooned its size before the solar nebula dispersed, leaving behind a planet whose composition mirrors the sun's elemental abundances, minus the lightest volatiles lost to heat, with early bombardments seeding its moons from captured debris, as evidenced by their diverse origins, regular prograde orbits for the inner satellites, and irregular retrograde paths for the outer swarms, a history illuminated by data from NASA's Juno mission since 2016, which has mapped interior asymmetries and wind depths extending thousands of kilometers, gently, slowly piecing together how this gas titan's formation influenced the entire system's architecture in the chaotic cradle of cosmic birth. As repose claims your every fiber like the subtle pull of Jovian gravity on distant comets, envision gently, slowly, the horizons awaiting this regal sphere, where exploratory voyages promise revelations of hidden oceans and atmospheric secrets. With ESA's JUICE mission, launched in April 2023 and cruising through interplanetary space after its 2025 observations of Comet 3I Atlas in October that tested instruments during a rare interstellar encounter, set to arrive at Jupiter in 2031 for detailed flybys of Ganymede, Callisto, and Europa to probe their ice thicknesses and subsurface compositions using radar and spectrometers, complementing NASA's Europa Clipper, which launched successfully in October 2024 and completed its Mars gravity assist in March 2025 en route to an Earth flyby in December 2026 before reaching Jupiter in April 2030, where it will conduct 49 close passes of Europa to search for biosignatures in plumes and map habitability factors with ultraviolet and infrared tools, gently, slowly advancing our quest for life beyond Earth as Jupiter's future evolves with gradual core contraction and magnetic field variations over billions of years, potentially dispersing its rings through ongoing dust dynamics in the inexorable flow of universal change. In the nearer arcs of discovery, as we intone of 2025's strides, JUICE's team reported successful low-gain antenna communications throughout the year amid solar conjunction challenges, with preparations for high-gain activation in January 2026, ensuring robust data relay for its Jovian orbital phase, gently, slowly integrating trajectory adjustments from the comet flyby that refined navigation models, a prelude to unveiling the icy moon's enigmas in harmony with celestial infinity, where Jupiter reigns as the unyielding emperor, enveloped in gaseous veils, permit its odyssey from the stormy present, through the accretive past, to the exploratory future, to lull your awareness into sublime peace, gently, slowly inviting your slumber toward the ringed splendor that adorns the next horizon in our enduring murmured traversal, forever sustained in the universe's vast, encompassing whisper. As we meander further through the shadowy fringes of this immeasurable stellar kingdom, departing Jupiter's stormy throne to encounter the adorned jewel of the outer giants, Saturn materializes in the present as a graceful sphere encircled by shimmering rings of ice and dust that glint like cosmic jewelry suspended in the velvet void, a planet of ethereal beauty where hexagonal storms swirl at the North Pole in hypnotic patterns and methane hazes veil its banded clouds, all drifting serenely within the boundless universe that weaves this ringed spectacle into the eternal fabric of space, where silence reigns supreme over the delicate interplay of light and shadow stretching infinitely across the cosmos. In this soothing embrace of the now, behold Saturn, with its equatorial diameter of 116,460 kilometers, rendering it the second largest planet yet, with a density so low, less than that of water, that it would float in a vast ocean if one existed to encompass it. Its composition a deep envelope of hydrogen and helium gases, compressing into exotic states around a rocky core infused with heavy elements, gently, slowly fostering an atmosphere alive with dynamic features, like the persistent hexagonal jet stream at the North Pole, a six-sided vortex spanning 30,000 kilometers, discovered by Voyager and detailed through Cassini's infrared mapping, where winds howl at 320 kilometers per hour in a structure that has endured for decades, without a solid surface beneath, but adorned by the most extensive ring system in the solar system. 7 main divisions extending 282,000 kilometers outward, yet astonishingly thin, at 10 to 100 meters in places, composed primarily of water, ice particles laced with rocky debris that reflect sunlight in dazzling displays, gently, slowly orbiting in resonance with the planet's 95 confirmed moons. As of early 2025, before the March announcements that elevated the count to 274, through ground-based telescopic surveys using adaptive optics on Mauna Kea. Among them, Titan, the colossal satellite, larger than Mercury, with a thick nitrogen-methane atmosphere, shrouding hydrocarbon lakes and dunes, while smaller Enceladus spews cryovolcanic plumes of water vapor and organics into space, all as Saturn rotates swiftly on its axis every 10.7 hours, causing equatorial bulging, and completes its languid orbit around the Sun in 29 Earth years. A majestic tempo that aligns its rings, edge on to our view in November 2025, creating the illusion of their temporary vanishing as observed by Hubble's wide-field camera, capturing the thin, dark line against the planet's glow, gently, slowly revealing subtleties in this ongoing celestial ballet, documented through real-time data from amateur astronomers and professional observatories alike in the expansive cosmic theater. Yield to the universe's tranquil vastness as we immerse in Saturn's contemporary allure, a domain where Cassini mission archives, revisited in 2025 by NASA and ESA teams, yield fresh insights into Enceladus's subsurface ocean through spectral analysis of plume samples collected during flybys, detecting complex organic molecules like amines and phosphorus compounds that suggest hydrothermal vents fostering prebiotic chemistry. Gently, slowly integrating with models of Titan's atmospheric haze layers, where tholins, organic polymers, rain down to form dune fields as imaged by reprocessed radar data, showing seasonal wind shifts, all amid a ring system where micrometeoroid bombardment darkens the ice over time, contributing to the faint Phoebe ring extending 1,000,000 kilometers outward, a testament to captured Kuiper Belt objects influencing the system's dynamics, gently, slowly unfolding. Through simulations that predict ring particle lifetimes in this era of heightened solar activity affecting magnetospheric interactions captured by lingering Cassini plasma wave recordings. Easing our murmur gently, slowly into the mists of primordial apex, contemplate Saturn's birth in the solar system's nascent haze 4.6 billion years ago, accreting from the protoplanetary disk's outer regions where ices and gases coalesced rapidly to form its massive gaseous bulk, its rings potentially emerging contemporaneously as debris from disrupted planetesimals or a shattered moonlet fragmented by tidal forces or impacts during the late heavy bombardment. Though 2025 studies from the Institut de Physique du Globe de Paris, published in Nature Geoscience, challenge younger estimates by analyzing Cassini cosmic dust analyzer data to suggest the rings could be as ancient as 4.5 billion years. Their pristine appearance maintained by resonant recycling and fresh ice infusions from Enceladus's geysers, gently, slowly shaping a system where early gravitational perturbations captured irregular moons like Phoebe from the scattered disk, a narrative reconstructed from isotopic ratios in meteorites and Cassini's gravity field measurements, revealing interior water ammonia oceans beneath the clouds, gently, slowly evolving through epochs of migration that positioned this ringed giant in its current harmonious orbit amid the formative chaos that sculpted the solar family's diverse worlds. As peace permeates your being like the subtle diffusion of ring dust into the void, let your mind wander gently, slowly toward Saturn's impending vistas, where the ring's gradual erosion through micrometeoroid impacts and ring rain, plasma-dragged particles spiraling into the atmosphere at rates measured by Cassini's final dives, forecast their potential dissipation in 100 to 300 million years as projected in updated models incorporating 2025's reanalysis of ion and neutral mass spectrometer data, transforming this adorned orb into a bare giant over geological timescales, while exploratory concepts like NASA's Dragonfly rotorcraft advancing through critical design reviews in 2025 for its 2038 arrival at Titan to traverse dune fields and sample organics, promise to unveil atmospheric evolution and prebiotic pathways, gently, slowly complementing ESA's proposed Enceladus Orbilander in feasibility studies that eye cryovolcanic plume sampling for biosignatures by the 2040s, all as Saturn's future aligns with solar brightening that may warm its moon's subsurfaces in billions of years, fostering new geological awakenings in the inexorable cosmic progression. In the nearer thresholds of revelation, as we evoke 2025's advancements, Cassini legacy teams announced in October the identification of fresh organic species in Enceladus plume advanced spectral deconvolution, gently, slowly refining habitability assessments that position this icy moon as a prime target for future astrobiology missions. A forward march entwining Saturn's legacy with the solar system's unfolding mysteries. Nestled within this unfathomable astral infinity, where Saturn gleams as a bejeweled phantom hovering in twilight obscurity, allow its chronicle from the illusory present, through the ancient past to the fading future, to envelop your senses in deepest calm, gently, slowly drawing your reverie toward the tilted enigma that lurks farther in our persistent whispered expedition, perpetually enfolded in the universe's immense, soothing realm. As we delve even farther into the remote whispers of this boundless astral wilderness, veering from Saturn's jeweled grace to confront the oblique mystery that reclines in icy repose, Uranus manifests in the present as a tilted behemoth rolling sideways through the frigid expanse with an axial inclination of 98 degrees that sets its poles to gaze eternally upon the distant sun during solstices lasting 42 years each. A slumbering giant encased in layers of water, ammonia, and methane ices that lend it a serene cyan hue amid the infinite cosmic slumber where auroral glows flicker faintly at the boundaries of its offset magnetic domain, all cradled within the vast universe that sustains this eccentric wanderer in its quiet, perpetual drift through the unending night. In this gentle musing on the contemporary, perceive Uranus as an ice giant with a diameter of 50,724 kilometers. Its bulk composed of a rocky core enveloped by a mantle of high-pressure ices and a gaseous outer layer rich in hydrogen, helium, and methane that absorbs red light to bestow its distinctive blue-green pallor, gently, slowly circulating in an atmosphere where supersonic winds rage up to 900 kilometers per hour in zonal bands that reverse direction from equator to poles, a realm marked by seasonal extremes due to its extreme tilt, where the latest NASA and ESA analyses from 2025, including Hubble's April observations that refined the interior rotation rate to 17.24 hours, retrograde with unprecedented precision through limb tracking of cloud features, reveal a planet warmer than Voyager's 1986 flyby suggested, with upper atmospheric temperatures reaching minus 193 degrees Celsius, yet exhibiting unexpected heat fluxes from reanalyzed infrared data by Oxford researchers in July, without bright rings like its neighbor, but possessing 13 faint, dark annulae crafted from organic-rich dust and micrometeoroid fragments that gently, slowly shepherd 28 known moons following the August announcement of a new 10-kilometer-wide satellite detected in February by the James Webb Space Telescope's near-infrared camera amid orbital surveys. Prominent among them Miranda, with its chaotic terrain of fault scarps and coronae suggesting past tidal heating, while larger Ariel and Umbriel bear cratered surfaces hinting at cryovolcanic resurfacing. All as Uranus orbits the Sun every 84 Earth years in a distant path that amplifies its seasonal polar hoods of methane haze, gently, slowly documented through ground-based adaptive optics and stellar occultations like the April 7th event in 2025 that probed atmospheric density profiles from NASA's Langley campaign, unveiling subtle thermal inversions in this enigmatic ice world's current poise within the solar system's expanse. embrace the universe's soothing infinity as we dwell upon Uranus's ongoing revelations, a domain where the magnetic field, offset by 59 degrees from the rotation axis and uniquely multipolar with no alignment to the planet's spin, generates asymmetric aurorae, observed in Hubble's ultraviolet imagery from June 2025, showing plasma interactions with the solar wind that distort the magnetotail into corkscrew shapes, gently, slowly integrating with models of an internal dynamo powered by convective flows in the icy mantle that may harbor a global subsurface ocean of superionic water under extreme pressures, a hypothesis bolstered by reprocessed Voyager magnetometer data in Planetary Society. Reports from September suggesting salinity-driven conductivity, all amid a sparse ring system where epsilon ring particles migrate inward through plasma drag, fostering faint dust sheets detectable in forward scattered light, gently, slowly painting a portrait of a planet in suspended animation, yet subtly active in its auroral and atmospheric dynamics as captured by contemporary telescopes that monitor seasonal methane absorption bands shifting with the approaching equinox in 2029, weaving our whisper gently, slowly back through the veils of cosmic antiquity. Ponder Uranus's origins in the solar system's formative turbulence 4.6 billion years ago, when it aggregated from the outer protoplanetary disk's ices and volatiles beyond the snow line. Its extreme axial tilt likely inflicted by a colossal impact with an Earth-sized protoplanet during the era of giant migrations that knocked it sideways and scattered debris to form its regular moons through accretion in a circumplanetary disk, gently, slowly evolving a system where subsequent bombardments during the nice model instabilities reshaped surfaces like Miranda's through tidal resonances that fractured its crust into the Verona Rupes cliff, taller than Everest, and ovoid coronae from upwelling ices, a history inferred from Voyager 2's Sol 1986 encounter that imaged the southern hemisphere under solstice illumination, revealing minimal internal heat flux that puzzled scientists until recent simulations in 2025 linked it to impact-induced stratification, inhibiting convection, gently, slowly transitioning this ice giant from a potentially warmer, more active youth with thicker atmospheres to the quiescent state observed today, all pieced from meteoritic analogs and dynamical models that trace its capture of irregular moons from the scattered disk amid the primordial reshuffling that defined the outer planet's architectures in the universe's grand developmental saga. This calm cascades through you like the imperceptible creep of Uranian seasons. Direct your thoughts gently, slowly, toward the prospects awaiting this reclined colossus, where aspirational explorations envision dedicated orbiters to unravel its interior secrets and potential habitability niches. With NASA's Uranus orbiter and probe concept prioritized in the 2022 Decadal Survey and advancing through Phase A studies in 2025, despite fiscal constraints, targeting a 2032 launch for atmospheric entry and multi-year mapping of rings, moons, and magnetosphere to detect subsurface oceans via gravity and magnetic anomalies, complementing proposals for a dual Uranus-Neptune mission, floated in July 2025 publications advocating a 2034 departure to leverage Jupiter gravity assists for efficient trajectories, gently, slowly promising spectroscopic assays of atmospheric composition and plume sampling from moons like Ariel that may expose ammonia-rich fluids, all as Uranus's distant future contends with solar evolution that could sublimate outer ices in billions of years, potentially awakening cryovolcanism in a transformed system within the cosmic inexorability. In the nearer realms of inquiry, as we reflect on 2025's milestones, the James Webb Telescope's moon discovery has spurred updated orbital catalogs, while Hubble's rotation refinements inform dynamo models predicting gradual field decay over eons, gently, slowly setting the stage for flagship missions that could confirm deep oceans through induced magnetic signatures, intertwining Uranus's path with the solar ensemble's progressive unveilings. Cocooned in this unfathomed celestial enormity, where Uranus lingers as a hibernating sentinel adrift in glacial obscurity, let its tail from the tilted present through the cataclysmic past to the probing future immerse your essence in ultimate serenity, gently, slowly summoning your trance toward the windswept sentinel at the system's edge in our unending murmured pilgrimage, ever embraced in the universe's profound, enveloping quietude. As we press onward into the dimmest peripheries of this unfathomable astral labyrinth, relinquishing Uranus's slanted slumber to greet the outermost sentinel of the classical worlds, Neptune arises in the present as a remote azure enigma buffeted by the solar system's fiercest gales, exceeding 2,100 kilometers per hour, that sculpt its methane-laden clouds into ephemeral vortices and streaks. A mysterious outpost perched at the shadowy brink, where auroral veils shimmer unexpectedly across mid-latitudes rather than poles due to its peculiarly tilted and offset magnetic field, all lingering in the boundless universe that guards this distant ice giant in its solitary vigil amid the profound, endless obscurity that envelops the solar realm's farthest reaches. In this lulling reflection upon the contemporary, survey Neptune as an ice giant spanning 49,244 kilometers in diameter, its structure a compact rocky core shrouded in layers of water, ammonia, and methane ices beneath a hydrogen-helium atmosphere tinted blue by methane's absorption of red sunlight, gently, slowly churning with supersonic equatorial winds that drive dynamic weather patterns, including the transient Great Dark Spot, a colossal cyclone first glimpsed by Voyager, yet vanished by subsequent Hubble views in the 1990s, only to manifest anew in similar dark vortices observed intermittently. Since, with NASA's Hubble Space Telescope under the outer planet atmospheres, legacy program capturing a fresh northern dark spot in its 2024 annual survey that persisted into 2025 imagery released in February, revealing atmospheric depths where pressures forge diamond rains from carbon compounds, without prominent rings, but graced by 6 faint, narrow arcs composed of fine dust and ice particles, likely replenished by micrometeoroid impacts on inner moons, gently, slowly orbiting, in concert with 16 confirmed satellites, as affirmed by NASA's March 2025 update, incorporating ground-based discoveries from the prior year, foremost among them Triton, a retrograde orb larger than Pluto, with active nitrogen geysers erupting plumes of cryovolcanic material, up to 8 kilometers high, evidencing subsurface oceans and geological vigor detected through spectral signatures, while smaller Nereid traces traces an eccentric path, hinting at captured origins. All as Neptune rotates on its axis every 16 hours and traces its elongated orbit around the Sun in 165 Earth years. A protracted journey that amplifies seasonal extremes over 82-year hemispheres of light and dark, gently, slowly illuminated by recent observations from the James Webb Space Telescope in March 2025 that unveiled bright auroral emissions for the first time, stretching across mid-latitudes in infrared glows attributed to energetic particle interactions with the planet's uniquely asymmetric magnetosphere, offset by 30 degrees from its center. A phenomenon detailed in collaborative NASA and ESA publications from April that integrate these findings with reanalyzed Voyager plasma data to model ionospheric responses in this remote world's current ethereal poise within the cosmic immensity. Surrender to the universe's enveloping hush as we contemplate Neptune's unfolding intricacies, a sphere where atmospheric methane dissociates into hazy hydrocarbons that rain down to form layered hazes, with the great dark spot's successors appearing as high-pressure anticyclones that dissipate and reform over years, as tracked by Hubble's 2025 observations in September, showing a southern vortex with companion bright clouds, suggestive of upwelling moist convection, gently, slowly meshing with James Webb's May 2025 follow-up imagery that captured unexpected mid-latitude glows, puzzling astronomers with their non-polar distribution, linked to magnetic reconnections amplified by solar wind during the cycle's waning phase, all amid a ring system where arcs like Adams and Leverrier confine particles through gravitational resonances with moon Galatea, fostering dusty sheets visible in backscattered light, gently, slowly delineating a planet of subdued internal heat, yet vibrant upper dynamics, as inferred from ultraviolet occultations in July 2025 that probed temperature inversions, portraying this far-flung guardian in its subtle, ceaseless motion through the eternal stellar expanse, drawing our murmur gently, slowly rearward across the chasms of temporal vastness. Meditate on Neptune's emergence in the solar system's archaic genesis 4.6 billion years ago, coalescing from the outer protoplanetary disk's abundant ices and volatiles, where gravitational accretions formed its icy mantle and gaseous shroud, its discovery not through direct sighting, but mathematical foresight, when Urbain Le Verrier in 1846 predicted its position to account for Uranus's orbital perturbations, leading Johann Galle to spot it telescopically mere degrees from the calculated locale on September 23rd, a triumph of celestial mechanics that unveiled this eighth world, gently, slowly evolving through epochs where a potential giant impact tilted its magnetic field and captured Triton from the Kuiper belt, reversing its orbit and sparking tidal heating that resurfaced its icy crust with cantaloupe terrain and nitrogen frost, a narrative enriched by Voyager 2's 1989 flyby, the sole close encounter to date, that imaged the great dark spot amid howling winds and Triton's geysers while measuring atmospheric composition, rich in molecular nitrogen traces, gently, slowly updated in 2025 models incorporating James Webb auroral data to simulate primordial dynamo processes that once aligned more conventionally before internal cooling stratified the interior, all reconstructed from dynamical simulations and meteoritic proxies that trace Neptune's role in scattering planetesimals during the Gneiss instability, shaping the Kuiper Belt's architecture in the universe's primordial orchestration that birthed this enigmatic sentinel. As repose flows through you akin to the languid drift of Neptunian hazes, cast your inner vision gently, slowly toward the epochs yet to dawn for this veiled colossus, where conceptual voyages envision flagship orbiters to decipher its atmospheric enigmas and subsurface seas, with proposals for a dedicated Neptune mission in the NASA Decadal Survey's 2022 recommendations, advancing through international workshops in 2025 that advocate a 2040 launch window leveraging Jupiter gravity assists for efficient arrival by 2048, aiming to deploy atmospheric probes and map Triton's plumes for organic chemistry signatures indicative of habitability, gently, slowly building on dual Uranus-Neptune concepts presented at the European Planetary Science Congress in September 2025 that integrate cost sharing between NASA and ESA for multi-decade operations, revealing ring evolution and magnetic field variations, all as Neptune's remote future grapples with solar luminosity increases that may sublimate outer ices over billions of years, potentially invigorating cryovolcanism on its moons in a reawakened system amid the cosmic continuum. In the nearer dawns of elucidation, as we evoke 2025's illuminations, James Webb's October imagery refinements have prompted revised atmospheric circulation models, accounting for auroral heating effects that influence vortex formation. Gently, slowly positioning Neptune as a benchmark for exoplanet studies where similar ice giants orbit distant stars, a progressive insight threading its trajectory into the solar symphony's advancing revelations, swathed in this incomprehensible cosmic boundlessness, where Neptune endures as a cryptic phantom teetering on obscurity's threshold. Permit its legend from the tempestuous present, through the prophesied past, to the visionary future, to saturate your core with transcendent ease, gently, slowly alluring your repose toward the peripheral vestiges that fringe our whispered expedition, incessantly upheld in the universe's colossal, consoling domain, as we extend our ethereal wanderings beyond Neptune's windy veil into the hazy thresholds of the solar system's outermost fringes. The Kuiper Belt and Oort cloud emerge in the present as ethereal frontiers of frozen relics and wandering nomads, vast repositories of icy dwarf planets and comets that drift in sparse, shadowy orbits far from the sun's dimming glow. A blurred boundary where the system's structured harmony dissolves into chaotic sparsity across billions of kilometers, all suspended within the boundless universe that blurs the line between our celestial neighborhood and the interstellar void, echoing infinitely with unspoken mysteries. In this tranquil expanse of the now, envision the Kuiper Belt as a donut-shaped realm of primordial debris encircling the sun beyond Neptune's 30 astronomical unit orbit, extending from roughly 42 to 48 astronomical units, where temperatures plunge to minus 230 degrees Celsius, hosting over 100,000 known objects, including the dwarf planet Pluto, with its diameter of 2,377 kilometers, a diminutive world of rock and ice whose thin atmosphere, primarily nitrogen with traces of methane dioxide forms hazy layers that gently, slowly sublime into space during its closest solar approaches, creating seasonal frost caps and a tenuous exosphere that interacts with the solar wind in subtle plasma tails, observable from afar, without rings, but accompanied by 5 moons, led by Charon, nearly half Pluto's size at 1,212 kilometers across, locked in mutual tidal embrace that causes them to present the same faces eternally. While other dwarf planets like Eris, slightly larger than Pluto at 2,326 kilometers, and more massive due to denser composition, lurk in eccentric paths farther out, joined by Haumea with its elongated shape from rapid spin, Make blanketed in methane frost, and even Ceres in the inner asteroid belt as the 5th recognized dwarf planet by the International Astronomical Union. All these icy sentinels gently, slowly traversing their distant circuits amid a population of trans-Neptunian objects that occasionally perturb into inner system comets. A dynamic tableau captured through ongoing telescope surveys, like the Vera C. Rubin Observatory's initial operations in late 2025, that catalog thousands more faint bodies, gently, slowly refining our maps of this frozen disk in the cosmic immensity, where light from the sun arrives as a feeble whisper after hours of travel. Let the universe's infinite solace deepen your drift as we ponder the Oort cloud's contemporary enigma, a spherical shell of cometary nuclei enveloping the entire solar system at distances from 5,000 to 100,000 astronomical units. A trillion-kilometer thick haze of perhaps trillions of icy planetesimals loosely bound by the sun's gravity, where perturbations from passing stars or galactic tides gently, slowly dislodge objects into long-period comets that plunge sunward on elliptical journeys spanning millennia, as evidenced by the over 5,000 comets discovered by the SOHO mission. Through December 2025, many originating from this distant reservoir and vaporizing in solar proximity to reveal pristine materials from the system's birth. A vast, invisible cocoon that defines the solar system's true gravitational extent, gently, slowly interfacing with the interstellar medium, where molecular clouds and rogue planets may occasionally intrude, all documented through indirect inferences from comet trajectories and spectral analyses that confirm water ice and organic compounds mirroring those in Earth's oceans, portraying this peripheral veil as a time capsule preserved in the eternal cosmic chill. Shifting our murmur gently, slowly into the primordial mists of cosmic genesis, reflect upon the Kuiper Belt and Oort cloud's origins in the solar system's infancy, 4.6 billion years ago. Remnants of the protoplanetary disk that failed to accrete into planets due to sparse densities and gravitational scattering by the migrating gas giants like Jupiter and Neptune, whose orbital resonances flung icy planetesimals outward to populate the Kuiper region in stable, resonant orbits, while more distant ejections formed the Oort cloud through interactions with the galactic environment, gently, slowly settling into their current configurations after the late heavy bombardment era subsided. A process where dwarf planets like Pluto coalesced from colliding icy bodies in the disk's outer zones, their surfaces etched with impact craters and geological features from ancient cryovolcanism, as revealed in New Horizons 2015 flyby data. With ongoing analyses in 2025 Pluto's subsurface ocean and atmospheric escape rates from mission archives, gently, slowly linking these frozen archives to the same nebular materials that birthed the inner rocky worlds in the universe's grand formative narrative that scattered seeds of water and organics throughout the system. As serenity infuses you, like the imperceptible nudge of a distant comet's trajectory, allow your contemplation to venture gently, slowly towards the horizons, beckoning these outer vestiges, where telescopic hunts intensify for the hypothetical Planet 9, a super-Earth mass body perhaps 10 times Earth's heft, lurking at 500 to 700 astronomical units, inferred from clustered orbits of extreme trans-Neptunian objects. With 2025 updates from the Vera C. Rubin Observatory's commissioning surveys in October, detecting anomalous groupings that bolster a 40% probability of its existence, as per Rice University models from June, potentially reshaping our understanding of system dynamics if confirmed by full-sky scans in the coming years, while missions like New Horizons, entering its longest hibernation phase in August 2025, after software upgrades enhancing autonomous operations, continue downlink of Arakoth data that informs models of Kuiper formation, gently, slowly paving pathways for future probes to sample Oort comets or dwarf planet ices over decades, all as these regions evolve with gradual stellar encounters that may deplete the Oort reservoir in billions of years, transforming the solar system's fuzzy edges in the cosmic inexorability. In the nearer unveilings of exploration, as we intone of 2025's disclosures, collaborative NASA and ESA efforts have reanalyzed SOHO comet trajectories to map Oort cloud density gradients, while Planet 9 searches yield tentative candidates from archival infrared data in April publications hinting at alternative distant worlds, gently, slowly converging evidence that could redefine the system's periphery as a harbor for undiscovered planets akin to rogue wanderers in interstellar space, a progressive tapestry interweaving these margins with the broader universal expanse, cradled in this incomprehensible stellar infinity, where the Kuiper Belt and Oort cloud persist as nebulous guardians at the system's dissolving rim. Let their chronicle from the sparse present, through the scattered past to the questing future, permeate your being with absolute tranquility, gently, slowly coaxing your awareness deeper into the enveloping calm that precedes our final descent into repose, forever anchored in the universe's immense, nurturing embrace, as we surrender to the profound tranquility that is woven through our whispered odyssey across the solar system's vast domains, from the fiery heart of the sun in its blazing present to the frozen echoes of the Oort cloud lingering in distant obscurity. Let this entire cosmic tapestry now dissolve gently, slowly into a dreamlike haze that envelops your entire being, drawing you deeper into a state of utter relaxation, where every memory of planets, moons, and comets fades like stardust settling across the infinite expanse, preparing your mind and body for the deepest slumber amid the universe's nurturing, timeless cradle that holds all existence in its boundless, serene embrace. In this moment of profound calm, allow your breath to become the gentle, slow rhythm of the cosmos itself, inhaling the quiet vastness of space that surrounds you now, filling your lungs with the peaceful energy of ancient stars, whose light has traveled eons to reach you, and exhaling gently, slowly and sense of the day's tensions into the void, where they dissipate like fleeting solar winds, vanishing into the interstellar night, your chest rising and falling in harmony with the subtle pulses of distant galaxies that have shone through the past, illuminate the present, and will continue their quiet glow into futures untold, gently, slowly guiding you toward complete surrender as your awareness drifts further from the world's edges. Feel this relaxation cascading through your body once more, starting from the crown of your head, where the weight of cosmic wonders lifts away gently, slowly, as if the gravitational pull of far-off worlds releases its hold, allowing your scalp to soften, your forehead to smooth, and your eyelids to grow heavier with each breath, descending through your face and neck where muscles unwind like the slow unraveling of planetary rings, formed in ancient epochs and destined to fade in eons ahead, your shoulders dropping gently, slowly into repose as the infinite space cradles them without effort, easing the burdens accumulated from our tour through the solar system's history and its evolving tomorrows. Continuing this wave of serenity, let it flow downward through your arms and hands, fingers relaxing gently, slowly, as if extending into the endless void where time stretches from the system's fiery birth in the distant past to its quiet transformations yet to come, your torso and back releasing fully now, heart beating in sync with the steady throb of the universe's expansion that began billions of years ago and persists in the now, gently, slowly aligning your spine with the invisible axes of orbiting worlds that have guided our journey, every vertebra easing into alignment as lingering thoughts of blazing suns and icy dwarfs dissolve into nothingness. As we deepen this immersion, sense the calm permeating your abdomen and hips, loosening any stored energy gently, slowly, like the gradual dispersal of cometary tails across the present sky, remnants of primordial clouds from the past that hint at future stellar nurseries, your legs and feet unwinding completely, knees softening, toes spreading in total ease as your entire form merges with the cosmic flow, grounded yet floating in the grand expanse that encompasses all timelines, gently, slowly inviting you to let go entirely, your breath the only anchor in this sea of peace. In this enveloping stillness, where the solar systems chronicle from its vibrant now, through its chaotic origins, to its distant evolutions, becomes a fading whisper. Allow yourself to drift ever deeper, gently, slowly toward the threshold of sleep, your mind adrift among the stars that have accompanied us, ready to embrace the profound rest that awaits in the universe's infinite, tender hold. As the veil of deepest relaxation draws ever closer around you, enveloping your form in the infinite quietude of the cosmos, where stars pulse in silent rhythm from their ancient births in the past to their enduring shine in the present and onward into futures of quiet expansion. Let the solar system's vast assembly of worlds, the blazing sun at its core now, forged from primordial clouds long ago, destined to swell and reshape its domain in eons hence, fade gently, slowly from your thoughts, like distant nebulae dissolving into the interstellar mist, inviting you to release every lingering image of orbiting planets and wandering comets into the boundless expanse that cradles all existence in its timeless, nurturing hold. In this fading whisper of the universe's grand narrative, sense the solar system continuing its eternal spin in the now, each planet tracing its path as it has through billions of years past and will into the untold tomorrows. The sun's steady glow illuminating Mercury's scorched craters today, born from violent impacts in antiquity, evolving toward eventual engulfment in stellar expansion ahead, gently, slowly merging with Venus's shrouded veils that swirl in current heat, remnants of ancient oceans lost to time, awaiting future erosions that thin its atmospheric cloak, all while Earth thrives with life's diversity in this moment, shaped by cataclysmic collisions of yore, facing climatic shifts in ages to come, gently, slowly drifting your mind further into peace as these visions soften and recede. Allow the outer giants to dissolve gently, slowly in your awareness. Jupiter's stormy bands churning now as they have since their gaseous accretion in the distant past, poised for moon explorations that unveil hidden oceans in the near future. Saturn's rings glistening in present splendor, formed from shattered moons eons ago, fated to reign away over millions of years forthcoming. Uranus rolling sideways through its tilted seasons today, tilted by ancient blows, anticipating probes that map its icy depths ahead, gently, slowly blending with Neptune's windy azure in the current void, predicted mathematically in historical annals, beckoning distant missions to its Triton geysers in tomorrows yet unfolded. All these celestial dances retreating into the cosmic background as your breath slows in harmony with the universe's infinite cadence. Beyond them, the Kuiper Belt's icy dwarfs and Oort cloud's cometary haze persist in sparse orbits now, relics of the protoplanetary disk scattered in primordial chaos, hinting at undiscovered worlds like Planet 9 that may reveal themselves in future surveys, gently, slowly fading from your consciousness as the entire solar tour melts into a singular, serene void where times flow, from the system's condensed birth in the past, through its balanced present, to its gradual dispersal in the far horizon, becomes a distant hum, lulling you deeper into repose. In this enveloping stillness of the cosmos, where all planetary stories intertwine in eternal quiet, let your body and mind surrender fully, gently, slowly to the pool of sleep, drifting effortlessly into dreams as vast as the universe itself. The solar system's whispers now silent,